It's your boy here, Gutt, with Gutt Talk. We got a special guest in the building. Talk to him.
Yeah. SGodburna, you already know what it is. 414 stand up.
All right, here we go. So let's get in right away. So,
Yes.
Where were you born? How was the come up? Paint the whole picture to the audience.
All right, let's see if I can do this some justice. Okay. Born and raised Milwaukee, all over the city. But, I got my nest really on the north side. That's where I really locked in at most of the time. I stayed out the way so that way nobody really know who I am too much. But because, I wasn't into all that, like drama and
Being outside?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be outside. I definitely wasn't on that. But I still ain't gonna lie. I still looked at it and seen it. That's why I wear like the jewelry and all that shit. So I like what I saw.
You still got the swag from it a little bit.
Of course,
Okay.
I got that part. But it's like I'm good on the crime. I'm good on going to jail. I'm good on all that alcoholism shit. I'm good on all that. But no, that's essentially what shaped me though. But I saw music as an outlet to like express myself because it was just so cool. Like the words you can do with them. Like Lil Wayne, he's the reason why I do this.
Okay, wait, I gotta cut you off right there.
Wait.
So Lil Wayne's my favorite artist of all time.
Really?
So all time.
That's my goat.
It's been like that. Even when I was in 5th, 6th grade, so I was 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
If you look at my birthday pictures from my parties, I had Lil Wayne t-shirts on.
Hey,
So,
that's
yeah,
what's
no,
up.
metaphor-wise,
All
lyrics-wise,
all that.
style, the
I'm
swag,
trying to
face
tell you.
tats, the way people dress.
Yeah, all of
that
stuff.
came from Weezy.
See, I love Wayne so much, the way he do with his words. And I was just listening to it as a young guy. I mean, like, I'm trying to say, 5th grade, 4th grade, one of those.
So we're probably about the same time then.
Pretty much. And I'm like, dude, how you do this? And I'm like, I got to do this. And I just started messing around with words. Just simple little metaphors, nothing crazy. But I'm like, it felt so good. Right then and there, I'm like, this is what I wanted to do. And I knew from that moment, 5th grade, I was like, this is what I'm doing. It was so crazy. I had my brother, he used to rap too. So we did a summer in Ohio, right before middle school.
What part of Ohio?
Lorraine.
I'm hip to a lot of areas out there too.
Lorraine?
So. Okay. I don't think I've been there. Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland. I know those kind of the more mainstream areas, but
I mean, Cleveland.
I've been to all three of them.
They be around Cleveland too, but Lorraine is where they like really got their nest at. But he would rap, and I didn't know, of course. But I'm like, I wanted to be a rapper. I wanted to do all this. So we went out there a summer with my dad. He took me and my little bro out there. And I was just doing my little rap thing, and he let me know, like, hey, I didn't know you rap. He gave me my first little opportunity. I did my thing. I'm like, all right, this is definitely something I want to do.
How old were you at this time?
This is 5th grade, so like 5th going into 6th.
Okay, I wanted to stick to that.
I don't really know, but 10, you said 10?
Okay, yeah.
I can't do the math right now.
I didn't know if that the part of Ohio was when you were that old too.
Yeah.
So you already kind of in your head already was like, at that young age, like you wanted to do this?
I knew it. It was without a doubt. I came up with a name, let me see, the song Bling Bling.
Yeah.
That song specifically was the day I actually was like, I'm going to be a rapper. It was because Wayne went so fucking hard in the verse. I barely remember that.
I'm pretty sure on that song, too, if I remember, I think Weezy was only like 16.
Yeah, he was
young,
fucking
really young.
And that even made me feel like I could do this shit, too. You know what I mean? So it's like I definitely fell in love with it right in there. And I'm like, from that point on, it was just song after song. Like, I bought a $5 mic from Walmart. I had the little regular-ass raggedy computer speakers. I would hang the mic in front of it. It just record on the little record app on the computer.
So a lot of people, when they look up to certain artists, especially when they're young, like that young, were you kind of trying to, in a sense, kind of copy how you rap?
Of course. Like, how do you do something you've never done? You copy somebody else. You make sure. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I'm like, all right, I want to rap like Wayne. Let me do exactly what Wayne's doing. Eventually, you want to do something different. You want to change up. I want to put me into it. And that's exactly how I think any artist who tells you they didn't copy growing up, that's a lie. Like, how do you know what to do if you never done it? They don't even make sense. I mean, maybe they're not even knowing that. I wouldn't just say it's a lie. They just maybe not aware of it. You can't.
I feel like that's with everything too. I mean, it could be sports, music.
Literally, all skills.
Like growing up, I was Rodgers was my favorite, player of all time. That's always been my favorite athlete. And I mean, I was never like a quarterback.
Right.
But like, the times I play in the backyard, what I'm saying, throw the ball around, I would try to do like the little tight spiral of him, motion. So I think that's, that's pretty relatable, I think, in a aspect.
I'm trying to tell you. It's weird. It'd be weird if those people who say stuff like, man, I got this on my own. I mean, I became me. I'm like, I guess if you feel that way, you can feel that way. I don't want to tell you you're wrong to feel that way, but it don't really make sense. But
so what was the first, you said Bling Bling, was that one of the first songs you listened to, or was that?
That was the first song that made me say I want to be a rapper. But I've been listening to the Hot Boys, Big Timers, like all of them is really what inspired me, but I grew up in a musical household. So like a lot of people listen to music. R&B is what I really, really love, but rap what it does with words really like stuck to me. That's all it is.
Well, that was the thing. You know, I try not to be an old head and hate on current hip hop because I like current hip hop too.
Right.
I like all eras. I mean, like,
same.
But I feel like I say it sometimes, and I try to stop myself. I'm there. I'm like, I don't know, man. Those that 2010, 2009 to all the way to 2012. I mean, all eras of Wayne was good.
Of course.
But even that, because I was more like when I was upper middle school.
Yeah, it's when you're in development. That's when your sense of music starts to develop.
I find myself sometimes being like, man, they don't make music like that no more.
Listen, I am exactly the same way. And if you don't do that, then you just like, you're special because it's kind of hard. That's what your childhood, your core memories, all that shit, that's where it came from. So it's like to see something change from it so drastically, it's hard. Eventually, I had to tell myself, this is exactly what I grew up with. This is exactly what I went through. Old heads telling me that my music was don't be that guy. So eventually,
I think that's a good point with the old heads. So they'll the era that we like more, right? That we're talking about. The people older than them were hating on that.
Exactly.
And it's just like a cycle.
It's a cycle, and I'm like, I gotta not do that. It's so hard too, because I hear some shit and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I just like I re-listen with different perspective. I'm like, all right, what are they trying to portray? All right, okay, I get the vibe, I get it. It may not still be for me, but I will stop hating on it at that point. I'm like, all right, that's just not my song. So much music out there. It'd be weird if I liked it all, like all of it.
Yeah.
So I just simply push that to the side. That ain't for me.
I try not to compare anyone to anyone for artists in general, because I think all artists are their own at the end of the day.
Artists' objectives.
You know what I'm saying? But I'd say for a current rapper that gives me sort of the same feeling Lil Wayne is probably Young Boy. That's probably the closest I get.
NBA Young Boy?
Yeah, that's for me though.
I actually don't listen to Young Boy. I've heard his music, of course, but like I don't listen to him consistently enough to even give a legitimate opinion. But I do see his draw that he has, and it definitely reminds me of how like once Wayne went solo, everything shifted to Lil Wayne, not Cash Money, not Big Time. None of it. It was Lil Wayne. So I definitely see that comparison. It makes a lot of sense in that perspective.
Yeah, so that's why I be telling people a lot that, I still talk to some of my homies who went to middle school, because I actually went to middle school in Iowa, and then I moved up here when I went to high school.
Okay.
And which is crazy to me, I'm still in touch with people for that long, but I'll be telling them, because we all listen to Wheezy on, the MP3 players walking the hallway, and I've tried to put all of them on the Young Boy. I'm like, it's probably the closest you're going to get to that, at least for me. That's how I feel, at least.
I'm trying to think. Closest to Lil Wayne, in terms of the new age kids, you might be right. I'm gonna think on it. If I come up with a better answer, I come up with one.
It's hard. There's no one that's him.
Obviously, of course, you're not gonna be Wayne, but it's the metaphorical flow. Like he can make any song a good song. Like he don't need a beat. That's how good he is. That's what I'm trying to. It's hard to compare that, but if I think of somebody, I will come up with it. But Wayne is hard for anybody for me to top in terms of like that. But I am a little older, so Wayne was literally my first introduction almost to hip hop, so it's hard for me to see anybody even get close to that.
Yeah, so after this, I think I'm gonna get off the Wayne subject because I don't want to turn this to Lil Wayne.
I know, right? It could definitely be one of that.
We still got a lot to talk about, but if you just to make it, in your opinion at least, what do you think is your favorite Lil Wayne album?
Favorite album, Free Weezy album.
Okay,
I played that one.
That's more of a tape too, so that's not even really an album.
I know, right? That's why I love it. It reminds me so much of Lil Wayne. It reminds me of album Wayne with mixtape Wayne mixture. Like if it wasn't that, it would be Carter 3. But Free Weezy album, I've played that so much to the point where I like, there's no way I can't find nothing better than this.
Yeah, for me it was probably Carter 4, just because it was just the time, especially for where I was. That's where I really, really listened to hip hop heavy, or started listening, I should say.
And that's where you're locked in.
Yeah, and that was like the album out. So for me, it's like it kind of just
I got you. That makes sense.
Carter 3 definitely up there for sure too.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's go back to more of your childhood. So you said you're born in Milwaukee.
Yep.
So you stay more on the north side.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about the environment growing up, and then tell me how you kind of developed in Milwaukee. We'll go more like the kid years, not in teens or nothing like that.
I got you. I grew up like as a child on in the hundreds. It was a little rough over there. There was a lot of.
Try to describe it, because there's only a limit of people really gonna know about that.
The hundreds,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? The average
hundreds was
like no idea what you're talking about.
The hundreds was like, okay, this is like apartments. There's like 4 per block. They were like some nice gray white side panel houses. I'm trying to think like 4. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's how many blocks is it. The hundreds is I'm describing it because they were in the 100 numbers, like 101, 102, 100, like stuff like that. So it would be like a nice little complex like that with 4 houses. And within there, you get a nice little community because there's a lot of people in that stuff. But it used to be a lot of rough stuff going on through there. I can barely remember, but there was a time where a guy came through, like, angry about something. I don't know, obviously I'm a kid.
Yeah,
and ended up shooting up a bunch of stuff. Like, my auntie, and I'm pretty sure a cousin of mine ended up getting killed in that situation.
Oh, damn.
Like, I didn't know, so it's, like, hard for me to really understand.
How old do you think you were?
Shit, maybe 4. Like, the memories come and go.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, like,
I'll be honest, when people ask me about my childhood, anything before the age of, like, 7, I'm like, I don't even know.
I don't know for sure. That's the one memory I can remember how old I was when I turned the age 6. That's the only time I can remember something where I was like, I'm that age. But I do have memories before that. I just don't know what age I was, basically. Right. Shit. But in there, growing up in that type of environment created a lot of rough and tough type individuals. So my family was a lot of tough guys, and we had a lot of boys, so we barely had any girls in there. So it was a lot of tough guys thinking everything had to be tough and shit. And I saw them go to jail consistently, and I'm like, that formula just doesn't make sense. So
yeah, it's
not working. Like,
it's a tough thing, because I grew up in a good environment. I had 2 parents, good neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, the city that I was born in, which a lot of people laugh, like, oh, you're from Iowa. Like, they assume.
I got family in Iowa, so I know it ain't necessarily the smoothest place up there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the town that I'm from, drug infested, just not good town. Like, I was saying this on one of the other pods I did, which people, like, look at me really funny when I tell them this. So it was the point where there were so many gun threats, bombings, all types of crazy stuff that they actually brought metal detectors. Damn. So you had to go through a detector before you went into the school and get your bag searched. And the worst part about that was, imagine it's like 10 degrees outside and you had to line up and you have to wait in a line at 7 a.m.
I actually know what you're talking about. I had that in my middle school. Same issue.
Yep. And you just sitting there, have to go through a metal detector, get your bag checked, and it's like, oh my God. And I don't want to keep saying this story because I've said this in a couple pods, but the school I went to, the first one, so we had a school for 6th graders.
Yeah.
And it got condemned. So then we got moved to a different school for 7th grade, but it was like a temporary school. Like, it wasn't really meant to be a school. It was kind of like, all right, we
got space, put these kids over here.
Yeah, we'll make it work quick. Yeah. And they were building the school for us, but they didn't get done by the time 8th grade. Like, they didn't finish it. And the temporary school was being used for something else. So there was like, okay, where are we supposed to go? So they sent in FEMA trailers, some stuff you use, like Katrina, stuff like that.
Yeah, FEMA.
And they put it in the front yard, essentially, at the high school. It was a big high school. And that's where I went my 8th grade year for my last year I lived in Iowa. I basically went to school in trailers. And
what?
Yeah, it was insane.
That's
bro.
wild.
And it wasn't like we were like 30 kids. Like, it was a real school. Like, we had
classroom.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There was like, and people will be fighting every day because, like, everyone's just like, all right, like, we're just in a trailer.
We got a lot of
and then, like, to go to class, like, it were not class, but gym or lunch was in high school. And for some reason, I never understood this, but we couldn't use the doors right there. That was that close. We had to, like, walk all the way around the school. It's like, once again, imagine if it's, like, cold as hell out. We had to walk around. You'd, like, be walking. You'd see, like, people, like, throwing people in the snowbanks, punching each other.
Doing
like,
too fucking much.
Yeah, and I'm just like...
And
the thing is, like, I'll never say, oh, I grew up in this tough neighborhood. It wasn't like that. It was just, like, dumb stuff that just, like, it was just kind of annoying. And now look, at that time, it felt like that was what it was supposed to be. And now looking back, I'm like, yeah, that's not how the education system's supposed to work. All right, we're going to thank today's sponsor. All right, I'm here to talk about NEW Aesthetics. First thing I want to say is they got this red contour light. I've never even seen this before. I tried it one time. It kind of scared me at first, but I had to see what's up with it. It literally bursts fat cells off your body, and it's the only one in Northeast Wisconsin. So that alone, you got to check out. They do teeth whitening, Botox. They got the Hillman salt sauna, which I never heard of that either. I mean, I'm telling you, they got all these things. You're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then you go try them. You're like, oh, wait, can I come back next week and try it again? So y'all got to tap into this one ASAP, because I'm telling you, it'll change how you feel, how you look, everything in between. And, they're good people over there, so go check them out ASAP. All right, if y'all want to book appointment, hit the link below, tell them Gutt sent you, and we're going to get back to the video now.
I look at it like each person's experience is what they are. Like, your toughest experience doesn't have to match mine. It was tough for you, so that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like, and for me personally, I almost feel like I didn't even really experience any type of tough experience because I avoided all of them for the most part. When they wanted to go out and go fighting or they wanted to go get into trouble, I stayed home. Or I went to go, I was on the computer. I was literally rapping, like I said, since I'm middle school. I was doing that most of the time. So I didn't even have time, let alone want to go do that stuff. So for me, it feels like, sure, I grew up where I grew up, people dying, people getting killed all the time. But because I avoided it, it feels like I almost feel unfair to like claim any of it to the nature, like claim like, oh, that's my trauma.
Well,
but even though
like
technically
people,
speaking it is.
Not to interrupt you, I feel like people kind of use almost like a flex, which I always thought was kind of a weird thing. Like, and I kind of hate when you'll hear someone say, oh, I'm from here, I'm from this, I'm from that. And I'm not saying they can't do that,
Right.
but like, once you like broadcasting it, it almost feels like you're like trying to wear a badge of honor.
You're saying it for a reason. You're not saying I'm from that city just so you know where I'm born. You're saying I'm from that city so you know, because that city is known for these things.
Yeah.
And I'm from that city. That's what they're trying to do. And I don't like that.
That's fine, I guess, if you're in an altercation, like you be, hey, I'm from here. I'm just letting you know, like that. I get that.
I would never do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you're implying something about yourself that may not be true though.
Yeah.
So you have to hope they don't pull that card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's fine,
That's
but I don't know.
risky.
I just can't walk around every day to day life like trying to broadcast where I'm from so you know I've done this or that. I'm like, I don't know. That's not the way I want to live my life.
Not even a little bit. I don't want people to come at me with expectations. Know me. Don't know where I'm from and expect that. If I ever tell you I'm from Milwaukee, it's just to understand that that's where I'm from. I'm not from Kimberly or Green Bay. I'm from Milwaukee, just so you know.
Exactly.
That's all that really is about.
All right, so we're going to move forward a little bit. So middle school, were you still live in Milwaukee?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't leave Milwaukee till like 24. So yeah, middle school was fun too. But for some reason, I was like shy about my music. I just felt like I don't want nobody to judge me or something of that nature. I really didn't tell people about my like rapping until high school. I would tell somebody if they like was friends with you, you know, hey, I make music, shit like that. But for some reason, I did not keep that put that secret out as much as I should have. But growing up, yeah, in middle school wasn't too tough. You know, I went to one school downtown, Mech, off Martin Luther King Drive.
Okay.
And I don't know, I didn't really have too many problems in that one. It was more like I kept to myself a little bit. I kind of skipped a little bit, like in fourth grade, because that kind of shaped me a lot. I got bullied in fourth grade, and that shaped who I became. Because before that, I was kind of like a little bit more outgoing to the nature.
So that's actually perfect that you said that. I mean, not perfect. That's a
I know
good thing.
what
But you feel what I'm saying. But I was about to ask if you were more of like a popular kid, if you were more like the outcast, you know. That.
Yeah, no, I was never, quote unquote, popular. I was never an outcast after fourth grade. Fourth grade was the only year it was like, motherfuckers just didn't fuck with me. And it wasn't because I was like weird. It was just because I like fucking knowledge. So when a teacher say, what's the answer to this? Our hands the first one go up. And it's not because I'm going to say I'm smarter than you, smarter than him. I just know the shit and I want to say it, or I want to see if I know it type shit. So I would do that often. And the kids kind of get annoyed by it because
what a weird thing to be like bully or be mad at someone about. See, me, if I was in that class, right, I'd be like, hey, at least someone doing it for me.
Exactly. I ain't got to even do it. Let him get all the fucking answers. We could just chill. But because of that, though, teacher would say something like, all right, anybody besides Cam, can they come do it?
Oh, you straight?
Anybody besides Cam, can he answer the question? And now that makes you feel like, oh, he's better than that. Like, as a kid, it makes sense why you would feel that way.
Yeah, I suppose when you're 4th, 5th grade.
Exactly. Like, you don't know better.
Your brain don't even be thinking about none of that.
So I get it now. But back then, that would fucking piss me off. I was like, why y'all hate me because I want to do this? And because I know the answers, all that shit. So eventually,
probably made you want to sit back and fall back and not want to do it.
It did. It made me very reclusive. But at some point, it's like, I can't go through my rest of my life or school life doing this, you know. So I said, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to fight back. But I didn't make that clear. So one day, kids decided they want to mess with me. I'm like, you gonna make the decision now or never? So I just decided to like push the kid back. They wasn't expecting that, but they ran. So it's like, oh shit, he fighting back. They ran and I chased them down. I knocked this one kid down, but it wasn't a real big fight. It was just more of an attack, and then they kind of left me alone a little bit. Then the next day came, or more or less next week, whatever. The next kid said, all right, it's my turn. I'm gonna see if he gonna actually about that, or was that just a moment? I fought him. Then another kid the next week, I fought him. And then like the main guy who was starting all the shit, I fought him on the 4th week or day, whatever type shit. And after that, everything settled down. They're like, all right, this guy is no longer nowhere to fuck with. And it wasn't like I was a small guy either. So it was weird that they wanted to pick on me for no reason. Like, I'm not tiny. So you risking a lot doing this. So after we fight and everything settled, and the next whatever in class, all right, that's Cam, we cool with him. We laughing at jokes now. Everybody's cool with me. It was like, this is weird. For a child, you know what that did to me? Violence solves your issues.
No, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I didn't put 2 and 2 together on that one.
I was not okay with that eventually as I got older because I'm like, I did that in middle school. Once I actually got to middle school, I became the bully. I became the guy who was like, all right, I want to mess with this guy. I don't even know why I fucking did this shit.
When I was in middle school, I was a bully. I can tell you that 100%.
Yeah,
I used to, it ain't about me, but bro, there was this one kid, I feel bad this day, low key, but I don't know where he is, I don't know nothing about him, but I used to damn near beat his ass like once or twice a week.
God damn, I know.
Now, granted, a lot of times he did kind of like rage bait people into it, I will say that, but there was definitely times where it was like very unnecessary.
No, I get what you mean. That was the excuse. It was like, all right, he said the right thing. Okay, now I can use that as my excuse to take out my whatever anger or my issues type shit as a kid that you don't really even know. But essentially, that's what I did to 6th grade. Some kid just was like, he was I don't know what, he was talking tough for I won't say for no reason, but he probably just didn't want to seem soft. So he was just talking tough about stuff. And I'm like, all right, I know he's not really tough. I can tell. So I'm like, I'm going to use this as my opportunity. So I baited him. Next thing you know, I'm fighting this guy for no freaking reason. After a while, I'm like, why would you do that? Huh? What is wrong with you? What am I doing? I fixed it after that. I apologized to the kid and all that shit. And from that point forward, I was like, all right, no more of that dumb shit. No more bullying, none of that shit. No letting other people get bullied as long as I can do something about it. But I stayed reclusive, but I would talk to people. So it's not like I was like that creepy guy in the corner. It was like, if you come talk to me, I will talk to you. But I'm probably not going to initiate the conversation throughout high school at least. I got way better with it.
Okay, so you said, though, at this point in the story, you already were kind of playing around with music a little bit.
Since 5th grade. I never stopped.
Were you making, like, songs, or was it more like, I'm just, like, rapping a couple lines?
Nah, I was making songs. I was making mixtapes. I probably got, like, 20 mixtapes that never been heard.
So what were you recording on exactly? I know you said a $5 microphone.
Okay, that was the first iteration.
I don't think you're actually recording stuff on that.
No, that was I was recording, probably can't pull it up, but I was recording songs, putting them on YouTube way back in the day. I was born in 93, so I'm old. I was putting that shit on there for a long time, but that shit you probably can't find. But I eventually upgraded and bought better mics, $5 to a $20 to a $30 to a $50 mic, slowly but surely. And I was recording on like, what's this? I was using a hacking system. I was hacking a crack dog called Mixcraft. They can't sue me now, but I was using their software, and I would just keep using they trial over and over and over, and eventually I just got a code that I found that keep working every time you need to re-up it. And I would record song after song after song after song on that. I eventually got my guys involved. I'm like, hey, we could all make music. I turned us into a group. Like, they wouldn't even trying to. I'm trying to tell you, I was trying to make this shit happen. And I would just continually make mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. But because of my personality, it wasn't really getting out there. I wasn't telling people I was doing it. It was just, if you talk to me, oh, yeah, I make music. But I would never approach somebody with that.
You weren't going out of your way to tell people that.
And I realized in retrospect, like, how do you expect to blow up if you don't tell people?
Yeah, I mean, marketing is, a lot of artists don't like hearing this, but the marketing aspect is really more important than talent.
As I got older, it's literally what sells. Like, there's a million good artists. There's a million good athletes. There's a million good all-this. But if you don't know it, how the hell do you know it?
Yeah, I always say probably about 95% marketing, 5% skill.
Yep, I agree with it. Yeah, 100% agree. That's why
you can look at some artists, too. I've heard local artists. I'm like, they way better than some of these artists I hear. But, they'll have either a good skit, a good gimmick, a good gimmick is all you really need. Something consistent and a gimmick. I'm locking in on consistency right now. I don't really got many gimmicks. like I got a lot of hobbies, a lot of quirks that are about me, but it feels superficial and fake to, like, put it out there without it being brought out there. I feel like a gimmick a lot of times isn't awesome until you kind of got, like, you already kind of got, like, all this buzz, and then when you got this buzz, then you kind of, like, you gave a label, and they kind of like, this is kind of, we're going to make this or that.
Exactly.
And not always. I mean, obviously, there's probably some cases where, they already got something, but.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's, 6ix9ine was a good example for, someone that had a really good gimmick. Like, he was the type of person, a lot of people don't like him, a lot of people like him, but that man's a marketing genius.
No, literally. How do you blow up that fast if you're not a marketing genius? Like I said, we just said plenty talent out there, but you need that marketing. He had that shit locked. I'm like, man, this shit, I didn't care for his music. I didn't think it was bad either because it was consistent. And like, it sounded whatever it sounded like. I low-key don't know a freaking song by him, but I know his song was out there, and I know I probably heard him on radios type shit. And I'm like, he's doing something that I'm not doing. And my dumb ass would just never figure out that it's the marketing. I'm just like, all right, just put out better songs. Not tell nobody though. For some reason, it just wouldn't correlate. Because I was just so locked in on the artistry. Like in my personal opinion, I don't care how this sounds, I'm a true artist. So I was locked in on the art, how to make the music, how to make the sound good. I was never thinking about the other stuff. And I'm like, damn.
I feel like that's the toughest part is you can find someone who will be an artist, right? You gotta, to an extent, you have to be talented to some extent. You gotta have something. I mean, you can't be complete trash.
You need a product to sell.
And then there's a marketing. You gotta sell yourself. You got social media marketing.
Yep.
And then I found people who make really, really good music, but like either they're not the most popular person, they're not the most well known, or they're just not the best at marketing, or they just don't have a passion for it.
Right.
And then you'll find the people who are just really popular. Everyone knows them. But you hear their music and you're like, bro, this is really bad.
Yeah, that's Milwaukee. I mean, not the whole city, but that's a lot of Milwaukee artists that came up early on. They were just getting popping because they knew everybody. And like, that's cool. That's the first step, networking and marketing. But then they would just drop out anything. And people just like, that guy's popular, so if I like his music, I'm popular too. And that's what ended up happening. But then a few people, pop out like Chicken P and Big Frank, those people who actually got some talent, JP, they actually put the work in, and you see it. You can hear the actual work in the music as opposed to like, I'm popular, listen to my music type shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to take another break and thank our next sponsor. All right, we're here to thank Tony Dream Home Services. He can paint your walls, do your door, trim, decks, drywall. I mean, he can do everything. He can build your house up, tear it down. Then after tear it down, you decide you want it back up. He can walk back over, build the thing back up. And he's making dreams come true, one home at a time. So come holler at my boy, because I'm telling you, he's the best in town. If y'all want to get in touch with my boy, go to the link in the bio, click it, DM, say Gutt sent you. But we're going to go back to the video now. All right, so we're going to move along in the
timeline.
Yeah, there you go. That's where I would say the process. Timeline, that's better.
Yeah.
So high school, still Milwaukee, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are we looking at that point with your music? Are you still on the bummy apps grinding, or how are we looking?
You better know it. Still grinding, still putting out these little mixtapes on YouTube. I would say senior year is when I was like, all right, this is really what I got to do. I got to actually start putting real work in, start putting some marketing efforts into it. Actually could get a job so I can start paying for it and things of that nature. So
that's a big part right there.
So after high school, I really started doing that. I started telling people. I started trying to do shows. Like, I had got a group, like I said, together. It was called SGod is the group. I'm SGodburna. It's just a whole bunch of us. SGod J, SGod King, and then...
Are they all still rapping, or is it just you?
SGod King just dropped an album, I want to say 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, where's he located at?
He's in Milwaukee right now. Congrats to, he just had a daughter. Congrats to my boy. But all of us did, it was us three and my guy Ray, his name is Vicious Van Flow. He don't throw the SGod in the front. But all of us did a show at the Rave. We opened up for Future.
Oh,
and that was like me.
Word, you opened up for Future?
Almost immediately after high school. Like, this is like 2012, 2013, one of those time frames. Because we graduated 2011.
We're going to have to clip this one. It's official. He opened up for Future in 2012 at the Rave.
That shit was like different. I didn't even expect it. But like, I ain't going to lie, it wasn't like the most spectacular. They had us in like the upper room, but we went on before him. So people was up there. Then they would migrate to the main room where he would be at. But like, we had a few folks coming up there messing with our sound and stuff like that. And that solidified it for sure. I'm like, I'm actually doing a show. Then eventually I started doing shows at like the Cactus Club, which is a big time show. You know Cactus Club. Like, I eventually got on shows with them and every other place that would do it, like an open mic or something of that nature. Because I'm like, I will
say that you're very into them open mics. I've been paying attention to that, and there's not a lot of rappers. And I know you don't show up a rapper, you can show up an artist.
I'm good. I don't care.
You know what I'm saying?
I am a rapper, so I rap.
Yeah, but the people who don't just rap, they want to be. I'm an artist.
That's you being too persistent. I mean, I forget the word. What you call it? You doing too? God damn it. You being too elite, in my opinion. Forget all that extra. I make music. I'm a rapper. I'm a singer. I'm a whatever you want to call me. I'm cool with it as long as it means I make music.
So, okay, you open up for Future at the Cactus Club.
Yep.
Open mics.
All that.
And school, were you playing any sports, doing other stuff, or were you just on the music?
In school, I was academics first. Like, gym time, I'm an all-star athlete. But after gym, I'm like, I know Luke, he didn't give a fuck. Like, I tried out for football when I first got to high school, freshman year. And I had some really bad shoes, didn't have no bottoms on. Like, I was poor as a bitch at that moment. Mom couldn't get the shoes in the moment, but, mom's still MVP. So I'm trying, I fucked up. I'm like, all right, I can't do this shit. Fuck it, I'm just locked in on my academics. So I never really tried anymore. But like I said, gym time, I would go hard. But outside of that, I didn't care for sports. Academics locked in, got me a 4.0 my sophomore year. I'm like, oh shit, it actually worked out. I locked in. After that, I kind of slumped because I peaked in my academic vibes. So I was like, I went down to like a 2.0.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that anymore.
At that point, basically, I did what I knew what I needed to do. I wasn't getting more out of high school. They weren't literally teaching me more for like real life. Sure, I can go learn calculus, but I don't plan on doing anything dealing with calculus, stuff to that nature. So it's like I kind of fell off on the academics a little bit. Like I stayed at like a 3-point, but that's just basic level in my opinion. But after high school, it was just all uphills from there in terms of sports. Like 24, I moved out to Kimberly, Appleton area.
2024?
No, when I was 24.
Oh, when you were 24.
2017
okay.
is strange. I don't feel like doing math. So around those time frames, I moved out there, and I was like, I needed to meet people because I didn't know nobody.
So why did you move out of Milwaukee?
I moved out with my wife.
Okay.
I didn't marry her then. I wasn't married yet. It was my girlfriend then. But I moved out to move with her because I wasn't going to stay in Milwaukee regardless. I'm like, if I wanted to prosper with my music or my life period, it can be here. Or at least at the moment, it wasn't going to be there. So I moved out there. I needed to meet people. She said, people hoop there. I'm like, fuck it. I hoop anyway. I used to hoop all the time at the park on weekends. So I'm like, let me go out to these random courts. Next thing you know, I'm talking to people. Sports is the best way to bond. I'm pretty sure you understand that.
No, I
it's
agree.
the best way to bond with people.
A guy that you just met 5 minutes ago, and by the end of the day, that's like your brother.
Like, yo, brother, I'm talking about good screen, bro, good semi, good pass, all that shit. So I ended up meeting a lot of people through that way, and I eventually put my feelers out throughout the community on my music. I'm like, hey, I also rap. Oh, you rap? A lot of that. And I'm like, okay, that ain't too common up here. Not a lot of rappers up here. Milwaukee, you throw a rock, you're going to hit a rapper. A rapper or a baller. But so I'm like, all right, I can make a little bit of a name more out here because people aren't expecting it, and it actually is good. I always felt my music was good. When I listened to it, I'm like, it wasn't always the best. But I know it was better than like regular folks because I actually cared. Like you might find that rare person who can just do it, but for the most part,
yeah, you have passion.
Exactly. So I'm like, I'll let people hear that.
Passion's very important.
I'm trying to tell you, that's what actually I think why people listen to it, because I would tell them like, I really love this. They give you that, I'll listen. Next thing you know, I get hit in my Snapchat or some random like, hey bro, I actually listened to this and this was actually pretty good. I'm like, thank you. When did you decide? What made you want to listen? I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was ass at first. And then I heard this one. I'm like, all right, he's pretty good. I'm like, thank you for the honesty. I actually prefer that. Like, don't tell me my shit's good and only good. If you know you've heard some bad shit, tell me the bad shit. I want to get better. You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about.
So, yeah, sports and music combined. I made a song called Ballin'. So I was like, basketball. I felt basketball was like my passion outside of music. And then next thing you know, that's what actually blew me up in the community. People heard that song. Next thing you know, hey, you one that made that song? You made that song? I'm like, yeah. Then I started doing shows up here a little bit. Not many, I ain't gonna lie. It was like one I think I did at that time. But eventually I met people through like Snapchat and shit. And I'm like, open mics. Okay, I gotta get on top of those. So now this has been like my most productive year up here, probably.
Starting off now it is?
Probably, I would say, yeah, for the most part.
So what do you think is your biggest accomplishments with music? Other than like Open for Future, because I would assume that would kind of be the one that would... I mean that's a big name, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is. I mean, I would say personally though, my biggest accomplishment is the series I'm doing called SGod Sundays, where I drop a song every week. Recently, I've been falling off, but up to like 34 songs, I was consistent. 34 weeks straight, I dropped a song. Like that was the most consistent I've ever been outside of those mixtapes days where I had nothing to do anyway. Nowadays, I'm so busy. So what was your
process with making these? Are you a writer, a freestyler?
I'm a writer. I love to let the beat tell me what to make, but I'm a writer for sure. Like there are times where I'll just go in there freestyle a cadence because I want the song to sound like this. Like I just go I ain't saying nothing, but that's the flow I want. And then I'll just throw some words on top of that. That's because the beat gave me that vibe. So I usually don't write before I hear the beat. I can, because if I hear a cool bar, I might come up with 4 more bars to match it. But for the most part,
you'll find a way to fit it in.
Yeah, it's the cadences. I'm gonna always find my cadences to put in. Like I'm gonna brag a little bit. I don't give a fuck. I know how to fucking rap. I know how to make a fucking song fit no matter what. So when I write with no beat, I know for a fact I can put it on any beat. But I like to make the best beat, match it. But for sure, I can put anything together. I'm good at this shit.
So are you happy you moved from Milwaukee to where you are now?
For sure. 100%. Like, the only thing I miss about Milwaukee is my family.
Do you think it was more productive or counterproductive for your music career?
100% productive. 100%. Like, I would say, because by statistics standpoint, it would probably be like 1,000%. Like, the turnover from how many plays I would get, let's say, in a year or a month compared to now, it's like probably 1,000, 2,000% in terms of actual statistics. Like, not that people didn't fuck with me, it's just I wasn't probably doing a lot more marketing, maybe, or word of mouth didn't get around. Problem with bigger cities is people, whether they admit it or not, they don't like to feel less than. So when you tell them you're doing something that they feel is nice or uplifting, they kind of downplay it internally without even trying to. They don't go tell the next person, jealousy. This guy. I don't even want to put it on jealousy because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's why I'm just trying to be nice. It probably is jealousy, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. It's just you feel less than because you heard something that you want to do, or it's an accomplishment you probably won't reach. So internally, you won't tell somebody, I heard a nice song. You might just hear it and that's it. You probably won't play it again because it reminds you of that feeling. Now next thing you know, you don't blow up. It's like, why am I not getting plays? Why am I not getting a lot of listens? Because every time they play that song, it reminds them of that shit. So it's like bigger cities. But here, smaller cities, they don't give a fuck. It's like, you make good music? Sure. I don't care about music. I'm not trying to make music. So I fuck with it. I'll play it a million times. Big support. I love it up here. I'm not going to lie.
So if you could get a feature from any 3 artists, dead or alive, who would you pick?
Lil Wayne.
I was about to say for him. Like, I already know one of them.
Lil Wayne, of course. That's just top, isn't it?
You don't got to put them in order, too, even though I know Lil Wayne's one.
There's no order because there's never going to be an order. It's just a feeling. Lil Wayne.
I feel like Lil Wayne's still one, even though he said no order. But
of course. I have to have that one. Bryson Tiller.
Okay, that's a little different.
Lil Wayne, Bryson Tiller.
I don't do 5, I do 3 because it makes it harder.
I know it makes it harder. And I'm intentionally going to stick to that 3 because I was going to say Andre. But no, I'd rather listen to Andre. I know this is probably going to be SZA.
Okay.
SZA. Nope, them 3 for 100%. The songs that I would make with them. Lil Wayne, it'll just be a fucking rap fest. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah,
like,
you'd have to do a music video.
So much fun. Bryson, we're going to make the best song in the world. And SZA's song is just going to make me cry all day. Do whatever song I make.
Do all 3 on one EP.
That is just a dream. That's a dream right there.
All right, so to stick with kind of a similar question, change a little bit.
Yeah.
So of the surrounding area, we'll go even add Milwaukee in there, Milwaukee to Green Bay or anywhere other cities you want to add in there in between, through the valley.
Right.
Who's the 3 artists that you mess with the most? All right, y'all, we got to thank today's sponsor real quick. All right, let me tell you about Santana's Mile Garage. So I'll tell you a personal story real quick. So I bought a Porsche, right, and it was a weak gray color. I wasn't a real fan of it. I came to my boy, and he got this pink looking sharp, looking good. You can do that for your vehicle, too. He can also tint windows. And when I mean any color, he got a whole book. He'll show you every color. He can do anything for you. And affordable price and really good work. So if I was you, I'd tap in today. So I'm going to put his Instagram in the bio. Go tap in, say Gutt sent you, and he'll do you right and affordable price. You know what I'm saying? He's not tax season. So I tap in right now if I was you. But we're going to get you back to the video real quick. Local artists. And when I mean local, I'm not talking like Chicken Frank, because I put them a tad above them because I think they're kind of bubbling. Chickens are out of here.
No, I know what you mean.
You know,
local. I exclude my own guys too because I ain't gonna lie. I just listen to mostly me and my guys, but there are other people I throw in there. Let me.
Only 3 though.
I'm trying. I ain't gonna lie. It's not gonna be a big list. It's not because I think them. I'm better than everybody. I don't fucking care. So it's hard for me to listen to other people because I'm like, it's all right. Who have I listened to? And please don't take no offense. If you do, who fucking cares? But I'm just going off the top of my dome right now. Artists I've listened to. All right, my guy Dean. I listen to him. Definitely put him on there.
Okay.
Sage is now.
Well,
you can't count him either, probably.
No,
Can
we
we
count him.
All
We'll count him.
right, Sage is in California now, but
it's only been like, well, he only moved like a month ago.
Yeah, so I count Sage. I listen to his music too, I ain't gonna lie. And then my boy Kels.
Okay.
Actually, those are the three people I've actually listened to outside of an event.
So when we did the...
That doesn't mean the other people aren't bad or good or nothing like that.
Yeah, you're not saying they're good or bad. You're just saying those are the three.
Those songs, they had songs that made me go, let me go listen to this again. It stood out. Maybe it was just a feeling of the day. Who knows? But
so obviously you did that one bracket event, mine.
Yeah.
Over the summer.
The
one
I should have won.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, I got a thought. You want to have a thought? We want to be controversial over here. I got some thought. I for sure won that against Jacob. Jacob got good music. Don't get me wrong. I was very diverse. I made the crowd think, oh, here it comes with this. Oh, no, he came with something else. There's no way I should have won that. I feel like he was predestined to win it, though.
You think so?
Yeah, just off the vibe, but that's just my own vibe. I don't give a fuck what I think. That's not the truth. It's just what I feel, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I remember correctly how that went, I think y'all both had one vote, and then there was just a very, very long pause.
Yeah, I was told one breath was the difference. One breath was the difference between him winning and me winning. Because I took one extra breath in a song.
So how I would take that is he basically says a coin flip, I don't know who to pick. I'm just going to find something.
I get it. That's fair. I'm not like...
How I look at it is if I'm going to lose, I damn near would want to lose like that. At least I feel like, all right, well, like...
Tell me that, though. Like, I love honesty.
It was an overtime field goal.
I get it. You saw how long they deliberated. I get it. It was like, all right, this is tough. They didn't choose it like, who cares? It wasn't like that. It was obviously a tough choice. It just... For me personally, be honest, because...
Well, I mean, I feel like you should have won, right?
Of course. I'm going to always feel that. Outside of my own personal ego.
If you didn't, then, you can't be doing something wrong.
Yeah. It'd be weird. I'd be doing this to think, oh, I'm okay. Like, no, I'm the best person I'm better than Wayne. That's the way I'll talk. I ain't going to say it outside of that, but I'm going to still say it even now. I'm better than Wayne, but that's because I'm rapping now. I'm doing what I want to do now. But in that moment, I'm like, just tell me. The reason why I say be honest, it's not because I'm like, can't take it or something of that nature. It's because that helps me be better. You tell me it was just a breath. Well, technically, that is technically truth in a way because performance is a part of it. I got to get my breath together. But there's no way it was one breath. That's unrealistic. That's just not realistic. I'm a little old to take that at face value and be like, okay, like, no. But if you told me you kept pausing too many times or I could barely hear you because you couldn't hold them, something that's actually realistic, I can take that to a face value like, all right. I got to work on it.
He low key might just be like, all right, bro, I got to,
it's cool. I'm not upset or anything. I'm not upset because it's not, I don't take it personal at all. I don't take anything personal.
At least if you're going to get beat, at least you got beat by the person who won it all.
Exactly.
If you got beat by the person who got then beat the next round, you'd be like, oh, damn.
Yeah, then I would really be like, huh? Yeah, I'd be real confused. No, that's why I said, big congrats to him, too. It's like nothing to take away from him. He does have good music.
So what did you think of the talent overall at the event?
It's probably like 4 people who was good. I excluded me. 4 people who was actually, I wouldn't say good. I think 4 people who actually love what they do.
Okay.
Actually was like.
I think that's a better way to work for sure.
Yeah, they actually love what they do. Other people.
The thing about music also is, so I'll say this, like I don't like Eminem's music.
Right.
Okay, right. So there'd be a lot of people would be like what? I don't enjoy his music at all.
You're not necessarily wrong. Like Eminem, like in my top 10, but his music.
Like I can't stand listening to him, bro. Like I just can't listen to him.
He can rap his ass off.
I just can't listen to him, gang. Like at all. So like, but there's a lot of people who would be like, look at me funny. Like there are people who want to fight me over that.
Fight.
You know what I'm saying?
You have an opinion I don't agree with? What the fuck?
Well, you know that's life though.
It is.
Politics.
It is.
Sports.
All that.
Everything.
Politics. All that shit. Yes.
I mean, there are people that will real life fight you over an opinion, and so that's how I look at. I think there's artists who I've put on shows. There's artists that I've worked with personally who I don't really enjoy their music.
Yep.
But just because I don't like it or enjoy it doesn't mean someone else won't,
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Chicken Peas is an example. I don't know a song. And every time I hear somebody, I think it's him because they say it's him, turn it off. I don't want to hear that. It's not my cup of tea at all. I don't relate. And it just doesn't sound musically good to me. He might have a song I might listen to, but I ain't got nothing against him personally. I don't know. But I don't care for his songs.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And I'm always supporting him, though. He's from 4-on-4. I'm going to support him,
me,
though.
Like, there's a lot of songs I like him. I got probably at least 10 or 15 songs of his in my playlist.
Exactly. And there's no issue between us. Who fucking cares? You like who you like. But I'm going to always support 4-on-4 because we got to get out there. All that talent there, like, they sleeping on us heavy. But they're trying to peek in there a little bit. You know, like JP got signed to Rock Nation. So it's like they're seeing it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the key to really start a real big wave is you got to kind of get some people out of there first to start.
Support. Like when you hear a Milwaukee artist, say you got love for them. I got love for all of them. I can have an opinion on what I think their music is, but I got love for them all. They doing big shit. Like keep pushing that. I'm going to do that all the time.
No, yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to change the lane a little bit. Was there anything that you want to talk about with music currently? Or
currently? Outside of my SGod Sunday series, that's every week. I ain't got nothing brewing right now. Maybe an album. Who knows? I've been fucking with this Jersey club sound lately. So.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about other things you got going on. So you're playing football.
Semi-pro.
You want to tell me a little bit, not too in deep. You want to tell me about how many seasons have you played?
This is my third season this year.
So give me a recap of 3 seasons.
First season, rookie year, came in, showed out in terms of like, oh, that's a guy we want. I do my thing. I'm an athlete. Like I'm a freak
same
athlete.
Team or a different team?
Same team. Okay. Fox River Raiders. We play out of Winneconne. So first year, rookie year, I didn't get a lot of playing time, but I did get some decent playing time.
Special teams or?
Nah, my bad. I'm a wideout, wide receiver.
Well, just because you're wide don't mean you don't play special teams.
Hey, everybody plays special teams.
That's why I said.
You ain't wrong. You're not wrong. I've definitely been a gunner a couple of times on some kickoffs, and got some nice tackles. So I definitely.
I could picture being a gunner on a punt team.
Bro, I'm fat. I'm the fastest on our team right now.
Oh, well, then you have to be the gunner.
So exactly.
All you gotta do is do a little run down there.
Exactly, and I do it every.
Do you actually have a good punter?
Yeah, we have my guy Joe, fucking great punter, bro. He can get that bitch all the way down there, no problems.
Yeah, that's good hang time too.
Yes.
See, that's a big part of a gunner. If you have good hang time, man.
That's the favorite part. You get that up there, I'm getting down there. And sometimes the defense are so underrated. They aren't ready for somebody to be speeding up. They're looking through the middle because they think that's where the ball's at type shit. I'm on the edge, just coming in, hitting that tackle, or at least leading the guy towards the next tackle type shit. But wide receiver is my definite role. I'm playing defense this year, though. I'm going to play wide receiver and cornerback. I'm going to at least try to. I'm going to try to go both.
Corner's a tough position. I think it's probably top 3 toughest position on the football field.
Like, I was so cocky going into it. Like, I tried it out. So I was so cocky, like, in the last couple seasons. So cocky going into it thinking I could do this. And my athletic ability can only get me so far. It's like
it's a big technique.
Once a person gets you with a move, like, I don't care how fast or strong
or
big you are. 6'2" in cleats.
I know you're taller. Yeah, if you can get that down a corner, 6'2" corner who can move is scary.
Mm-hmm. Every now and like had me playing like exhibition games or like, all right, we up a lot of points. Cam going to cornerback, and I definitely did my job. But there were times I'm like, all right, I lack this because I don't pay attention to this. I watch film a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get that together. But this year I'm gonna go crazy on it. I do what I do pretty well. Like I'm pretty confident in my abilities to adapt.
So is this year, you think, have you been starting the other years? Has it just been more of like a role player?
I've started random games, but I've always been second string for sure.
Do you think this year will be the year where you're?
It better be. That's all I tell them. Like, you got a fucking freak athlete on the sideline, and your only excuse is you don't run your routes proper, even though I do. He don't really got a good excuse. Yeah. And shout out to my coach, though. He's still the man, but like, you ain't got no real fucking excuse as to why you got me out there.
One thing about receiver, man, if those routes aren't precise, you don't cut them right, man.
I've watched enough film to know, like, I used, like, rookie year, every route thing, it was valid. I'm like, you're right. I scored on a fuck-up on a route. But, like, at the same time, it's like, yeah, I didn't run the route right. I just modified it naturally. But I need to know that beforehand. I didn't know none of this stuff. Like I said, I'm just an athlete. Just put me in, I can do it. But if you don't, I don't know the game. But after that second year and now this third year, I proved myself second year. We had a whole exhibition game where I started, and it was just basically all second string and everything. I was 5 for 6 catches. I think I was targeted 8 times. It blocked one of the passes. So it's like you have a consistent athlete, but you going to put him on the sideline? What's going on? So this year I'm starting.
Hopefully this is the year where
if I ain't starting, I'm starting problems. No,
this year you might have to hit free agency.
I'm trying to see what's up. I'm only going to go so many years. Like I said, I'm 32. I can only do it for so much longer.
Hey,
I'm going to do it forever, but until I can't.
And then also you got
Basketball.
Basketball. So you got a 3v3 league. Is that what you're in exactly?
3v3 and 5v5. Like this November, I'm going to do a 5v5 league in Green Bay up here. So I'll be up here pretty often.
I'll try to tap in on
Wednesdays, I'll be up here. So, yeah, I'll hit you every now and then, let you know. Come see me do my thing. I'm really like it's crazy. I'm a big man. Like, I'm 6'2", like I said, in like shoes and stuff like that. But I play big man because I'm usually the taller person in like street, because NBA players are where the big men actually are. Yeah. So average people aren't that tall.
Is that the crazy thing that in that league you're the big man, and then if you're in the NBA you would be considered a shorter player?
I'm a short point guard.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I play a lot of big man roles. So I get rebounds, a lot of putbacks. You know, I'm that type of
defense.
Guy. That's where I pride myself. I actually look at myself as a defender.
Defense is, my opinion, is effort. Yeah, I've always said that's effort.
110% you're gonna get out of me.
Whoever,
even if I don't want to.
I think normally in defense, whoever has more heart and more effort will normally win the end.
My team at the 3-on-3 league is called Team Hustle, because all of us. If you ain't hustling, you ain't on the team. If you don't hustle on the play, you get subbed out right away. Like, that's the type of shit we play. Like, hustle. And I love it because I hate seeing my team. Like, when I'm running fives, it's hard. Motherfuckers will slack on a 5.
Yeah.
I'm running up and down that court, and I see motherfuckers jogging. That shit pisses me off. I be trying to avoid.
Be barely a jog, be like a walk. Jog
I'm like, bro, we could have had a fast break. Or, bro, we can get this steal. Like, come on, help me. Like, I be have sometimes cut back. Like, I'm a two-way, so I'm going to play defense. I'm going to run down on offense, especially on the rebound. Like, I'm going on a fast break. I had to cut back sometimes. Like, damn, I'm getting tired. Can't be doing that shit all the time, though. But especially when you got players who going to reciprocate. But it is what it is. I love it. I'm going to always do it. So, football, basketball. I've been looking at the next sport. What else I'm going to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might have to cut just that unless you're about to get into a baseball league.
Hey, baseball, softball, whatever they do for adults, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. Whatever is after that. I've been thinking about soccer too, just because I do flag football. That's kind of a different sport, but even still football. Like, I do all
flag
of those.
Football's fun.
That ball is way fun. Less injury.
But yeah, that too, man. I was an offensive lineman when I played high school football, so it was.
You'd be surprised I played offensive lineman. I was like high school. I played outside in like a random league. It was like a community league, and they had me on the line. It was just
you probably hated that, huh?
You fucking think I was a snapper? I'm like, bro,
you're
come
center?
On. I want to center. I want to be a receiver.
Yeah,
bro.
I
was a bigger guy though.
I was center too, man. That's one thing about the offensive line. I tell people all the time, you literally don't get your name called unless you messed up. You know, like if you're a defensive end, you get sacked, everyone's hype. If you're a receiver, you make catch, everyone's hype. You're a running back, you got a good run, everyone's hype. Corner, offensive line, you could have the best game ever, no one's gonna say a word to you.
Not a thing to you. The quarterback might thank you.
Yeah, that's
the coach might thank you, but yeah, you don't get no shine. That's what fucking sucks. The biggest role. I always give it up to our O-line because we got like the best defensive line and like almost the best O-line up in our league. We just need a better passing game. Like, a quarterback is good, but sometimes the pressure be getting to him sometimes. But, you know, and this is not me talking shit. This is me being honest. You got a fucking problem, come talk to me. Like, we all brothers. So we kind of talk to each other about this shit. But, like, stuff like that, I give up big-ass props to them O-line. Like, y'all go through it over and over and over. These other big motherfuckers trying to knock you over. And you got to push back. Like, I even, like, play O-line for, like, practice times because maybe an O-line man's not there. Camp, can you just be in the role? And we don't go full throttle, but we go a little bit. I'm like, fuck, bro, I ain't trying to go against this every fucking play. 4 plays in a row, 4 plays in a row.
Trust me, bro. I was 255 then because I'm 200 then, and I was 5'10", 255-pound guard, and just the worst for me was speed rushers. When I had to go out to tackle, it's like, all right, now I got to sit here and try to keep up with people. Just, you got these fast DNs. The guys that were big, powerful guys or, in the trenches like that, those weren't really a problem to me.
Okay.
But
because they kind of sat, they didn't really do as much motion. It was just strong.
When you got them speed pass rush, I'm like, oh my god, bro! Now I gotta like try to kick my feet all the way out and keep up with them. That's where it got me. But
good challenge though.
No, so what else is planned for the future? Give me a couple goals at least.
Future S guy. All right. By the end of this year, I want 100,000 streams. I'm only at like 60, I think, 60 something, maybe 70 by now. But I want to get to 100,000 streams.
It's possible, but you're gonna have to turn up for sure.
100%. I want this S Guy Sundays to get to make. I want to follow it into next year. Basically, I want to make sure that it is successful enough that I follow it into next year. That I'll do another 52 that year. I want to get an album out, and I want to get my podcast up and going. I'm not sure if I want to make it a podcast, but I want to talk. And I just want to talk to
do vlogs or something.
Something like that. Like
SGod vlogs.
Something consistent. Something to that nature, but I want to do that consistent because I want to talk and I want to put a camera up. Like, I want to film too. I want to do that, but that's future. I want to make shows. I want to do TV shows. I want to do all the shit. I want to, you want to talk about my future? I want to do a manga. I want to draw a manga. I want to do a comic book. I want to do a film, an actual movie. I want to do so fucking much. That's why I don't think I have a thing I don't want to do. I want to build some shit. I don't think I have nothing I want to do. But though, like the album, the 100,000 streams, that's like immediate. I want to make that happen.
Any other music goals? Any certain artists you want to try to open up for, or travel to different states, perform, anything like that?
I want to get a show in Chicago. I haven't gotten nothing outside of Wisconsin.
I can make that happen.
I haven't gotten nothing out of Wisconsin yet, so I want to get at least.
I can definitely assist with that.
I looked at my streams and my numbers. Chicago kind of fuck with me, so I kind of want to put a show out there. I see it got numbers out there. It was Chicago and Amsterdam, but I don't know if I'm going to Amsterdam soon. But for sure, I want to do a show out of Chicago. If you made that happen, that'd be love.
Yeah, we can definitely do something. At least get you open up for someone out there.
Something like that.
We can do that for sure.
Definitely. That's my immediate goals. Yeah.
Any music videos, anything like that?
Oh, thank you. Scarred, my music video for Scarred. That's my I don't know what you want to call it, like pop house kind of vibes. I got a video for that coming. My videographer said he's gonna finish it either today or tomorrow, so it'll be dropping next week. I did that video, that'll be dropping, and I don't know if I'm shooting another video soon, but I got some more on the works. I definitely got some more storyboards in the works.
Okay. Yeah, we can put something together too.
Hey,
yeah, we can.
You make some shit happen. I got some country music videos I need to shoot. That's the hardest thing to shoot because all I know is black people.
At least open mics, at least something like that.
Yeah.
That video. We can
the open mics, yeah, for sure. I'll have those every Monday, damn near.
So we about to wrap this up. Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you got 5 more things to do today.
Yes, sir. I gotta go. A lot of the things. I got the signing day for the football. But if you're looking for me, you can find me on any social at SGodburna. I don't change it up in no type of way. Anywhere you look for my music, SGodburna, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to music on, that's where you'll find me. I do all my creative stuff on all of that. TikTok too. So wherever you look.
Any shout-outs to anyone in particular? For
sure. Shout my boy SGod King. Like I said, his album just dropped. I'm sorry I'm forgetting the name. You know I fucking got a bad memory. Please don't fucking hate me. My boy SGod J, he about to get back popping with this music shit. My boy Vicious Van Flo, he about to get popping with this music shit. And shouts out to my mom. She just called me on the podcast earlier.
I did hear the call.
Yes, I love her. Shouts out to my wife. Shouts out to my kids.
Yes, sir. But this has been Gutt with Gutt Talk. I appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate you having me.
Great interview. I hope maybe a couple months, maybe we can do another one. Maybe we can do a little update.
Hopefully,
I'm assuming at some point, we'll be talking off camera. We can get maybe a music video on my channel, maybe a mic drop, some more shows.
Something like a mic drop, for sure. That's easy.
Yeah, get a couple little things flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like how this went. I thought this was a really good interview, and appreciate you popping out. So
for sure.
Everyone, throw likes, comments, go tap into all of his stuff, and just keep the ball rolling, man. This was a fun interview. Probably one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah,
so
appreciate it.
But all right, y'all, I'll appreciate it.